What's up, guys? At sometimes when you talk about Jamaica, what normally comes to people's mind is Black Jamaica. But today I'm also going to talk about the Jewish Jamaican. Actually, Jamaica is not all about a black. We have also uh, the Jewish Jamaica stay in Jamaica. So, guys, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, just subscribe, comment, and also like and share this video to most of the people. Let us watch this clip, then I'll come up with more reaction.
So we're Jamaican Jews, which is like very wild. um,
I didn't know they had them.
there's very few of us left in the world. About 230. They've burnt down every synagogue that we've ever had in Kingston.
So was it like Caribbean people who were converted, or
No,
how did Jamaican Jews come about?
there is like a conversion thing that people go through, but like my great grandmother is Israeli.
Okay.
And so, like, she immigrated with her sister to Jamaica.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how our family line started there.
That's very cool.
So every Jamaican Jew is related to me. That is
Yeah,
in
it's just
Jamaica.
like
'Cause it's like literally going in and then
Yeah, like a handful of people move there and
Yeah.
it's their descendants.
Rice and peas on the Seder table? Of course. Let's talk about Jewish Jamaican Passover. About the Jamaican Jewish community is it is one of the oldest communities in what you would call the New World. And it was a product of people being expelled from Spain and Portugal because of the Inquisition. Because we are a scattered people, when anybody ever says, what is Jewish food, for example, and we have the standard answers, well, you know, my gefilte fish, my matzo ball, my whatever. And I say, well, no. For us, Jewish food is Jamaican food. Jamaican food is Jewish food. Jewish food is whatever Jews eat. There's something called bami, which is a cassava. It will be on the Seder table. I think it's important for us to recognize that all sorts of foods from the diaspora can be represented on your Seder table, like rice and peas. Have a great Passover.
The first Jews landed in Jamaica in 1530. They were of Spanish and Portuguese ancestry. And in fact, they were initially rejected. They were not readily accepted into white society. But less than 100 years later, they were granted permission to stay on the island. And by the 1600s, they were able to to start building synagogues and establish their own communities. Jamaican Jews have recorded the most rapid and unbroken economic and political advancement of any minority ethnic group in Jamaica's history. Unlike Jamaica's majority black population, they were unimpeded in their quest to acquire wealth. And by 1692, the Lopez family had become one of the largest landowners, acquiring 500 acres at that time. And at the turn of the 18th century, Abraham Henriquez had acquired up to 3,000 acres of land. Even after independence, Jews numbered among Jamaica's largest landowners, as seen in this 1967 excerpt from the Caribbean Quarterly publication. By 1849, a mere 15 years after emancipation, they had become a significant player in the local political directorate. They accounted for 8 of 47 members of the assembly at that time. The only way that we're going to move forward as a nation is if we have a reconciliation and truth-telling about what really happened and the role that each community played in our nation's history.
So for those of you who never knew, the Jewish holiday of Hanukkah just recently passed, and I can't think of a better way to acknowledge the passing of this holiday than to talk about the history of Jews in Jamaica. The Jews that would originally come to call the island of Jamaica home were Sephardic Jews from the Iberian Peninsula, specifically the country of Portugal, and they came to the island of Jamaica fleeing the Spanish persecution which sought to destroy them. Since Jamaica at the time was a Spanish colony, these Jews who arrived would live their lives as conversos or pseudo-converts, pretending to be Christian outwardly but still practicing Judaism behind closed doors. However, this behavior fell out of practice once the British took control of the island of Jamaica in the 1600s. And by the time you hit the 1700s, 18% of Jamaica's population identified as Jewish. Although not completely free of anti-Semitism, the British Crown did provide a bit more religious freedom than the Spanish Crown, and thus Jamaican Jews flourished. Unfortunately, some did get involved in the slave trade and became slave traders and enslavers, while others traded goods such as gold and wood, were merchants of vanilla and other spices, and even some became pirates, such as Moses Cohen Henriquez, who was an advisor to the well-known Captain Morgan. Much like the Jews who fled the Spanish Inquisition in the Iberian Peninsula, there were also Jews who fled occupied parts of World War II Europe to come to the island of Jamaica as well. And so Jamaica's Jewish population is actually an interesting mix of both Ashkenazi as well as Sephardic Jews. In fact, both Sephardic and Ashkenazi Jewish congregations would go on to combine themselves into one unified congregation and attend the Shari Shalom Synagogue in Kingston, Jamaica, the only Jewish synagogue on the island. However, Jewish contributions to the island of Jamaica don't stop there. Built in 1969, Hillel Academy in Kingston, Jamaica was actually constructed by the Jamaican Jewish community, and in their coat of arms even features the Star of David. For example, the Jamaican patois word for children, pikni, comes from the Portuguese word pequeño for small, and hometown classics like escabeche fish, as well as gazada, are only on the menu thanks to our Jewish brothers and sisters. Hope y'all had a safe and blessed Hanukkah.
Historically, Jews and black people have strong community relations. So this is why I'm able to make these videos, because I have a good memory. So I'm of Jamaican descent, but I was born here. My mum is also of Jamaican descent and she was born here. Now, before my mum moved to Bushell Park in Enfield, where she grew up, she actually lived in a place called Stamford Hill. Well, technically it was South Tottenham, but the road she lived on was right behind Stamford Hill Station. I've been outside her old house and you can see Stamford Hill Station, literally. And on this particular road, there was a bunch of Jamaican families. The parents were from Jamaica, but the kids, they were born in England. So a bunch of Jamaican families. Now, one of my auntie-in-laws, she's not technically my auntie-in-law, because she never actually married my uncle, but I mean, I don't even see her as an auntie-in-law. That's just my auntie. We literally see her like she's blood family. She lived on the road that my family lived on, about 10 doors down or whatever. And, you know, she got with my uncle when she was a young woman. And my auntie currently now is like well into her 60s, mid 60s and that. And I remember one time a few years ago, she was at my mum's house. And she was saying that, yeah, a lot of the houses that the Jamaicans lived on this particular road, behind Stamford Hill Station, weren't owned by Jamaicans. No, they were owned by Jewish people. You see, Jewish people helped us out when the English people didn't want to rent to us. Now, maybe, you know, it won't be a huge stretch of the imagination to think that, you know, maybe there was just a gap in the market and the people them just exploited. But let's not go down that route, yeah? Let's just assume the glass is half full, yeah? And they decided, you know what? The local people didn't want to help out the Jamaicans, so you know what? Us Jewish people, we will provide them with accommodation. So, potentially, that's why this person said that, you know, strong community relations and that. The Jewish people, they helped us out. They provided houses and homes for us. Now, what year would this would have been in? In the 60s and 70s. My mum was born right at the beginning of the 70s and that. So yeah, between the 60s and the mid 70s and that, the Jewish people were probably helping the Jamaicans find accommodation. So yeah, like I said, so I'm able to make these videos because I've got a good memory. Little things that people say in the past, I just remember them. And I don't even know why. Yeah, man, that's it for today, man. Stay away, it's done, man.
Jamaican people, we are the real Israelites. And before you going to say all these things, just listen to the reason, bro. It's never too big for learning, each one teach one, you know. And we are the real Jews. Because no funny never know for a fact say Jamaica did the youngest island in the Caribbean Sea. Jamaica the youngest island. A couple of years back, Jamaica rose from underneath the sea, bro. And the first set of being was set foot on this island. Nobody never lived on it, you know, bro. The first set of being was set foot on it. Them forward from America. And them used to travel the coastline, yeah. So you see when them see this, them forward over here now. And when them forward over here, you know what history call them? Taino, our walk. But our walk them never really truly live on the island. Our walk them gather where them gather and go back at them yard. And how me know this? Anywhere you live, you're supposed to leave trail or something. Some history, something. You know what I say? Which part on the island you can go find a grave site? Say the Taino them used to bury them dead. Which part? Wanna tell me? Which part you can go find no structure where you can say the Taino them they live here so? Tell me Jamaican people, me that love to know. No way on the island you can't find no sign than according to what the history said about Taino. You me at all? So when Christopher Columbus forward, it wasn't a big major war. Probably him buck up couple Tainos and that was it. You me at all? That was it. Kind of funny know say yo, when them discover Jamaica, you have people who live America already. Tainos, black people, you know what I say? People there are 80, people there in the Bahamas and these countries. But Jamaica was a fresh island. Nobody never lived on it yet. So you see me I say now? So when them take we from Israel, Jamaica was the perfect island for them Lego upon. So we know after history change, we are going to say we are Jamaican without knowing, but here we get better now. Because no foreigner no know, say Israel was Jamaica's first colonizer. Israel, and if you find up on Google, you're fortunate. Israel was Jamaica's first colonizer. And Israel have a hold on Jamaica from then and up to today. And how me know say Israel have a hold on Jamaica up to today? Jamaican people. It's one sky blue suit when they say Andrew Holness are wear. Only they know what it mean. A whole heap of goosey upon it too. You may have to all check the comparison to Israel flag. And don't forget about the meat now what they when go down there. All heap of things happen behind closed door where you don't know about. You don't know about. And so when you put on a sky blue suit there and I adjust nothing, it's a confirmation, it's a message you must send to Israel. For sure them say, he must do everything according to what them instruct him to do. You me at all, you know? And you know who in the world do you know so who was said them are Israelites, was it the Israelites, and also have whole heap of truth pertaining to we, melanated skin black people. A man from Russia named Hitler. Yeah, somebody will then kill and paint a picture to say, oh, the man was the most evilest man, the man was the most this, the man was the most that. In them kill. You hear me at all? Yes. Him know the truth pertaining to our Gwan. And how me know say him know the truth pertaining to our Gwan? Why him never like the Jews them? No funny, you know? Why Hitler never like the Jews them? Hitler stated say the only reason why him do because him not like the Jews them. Enough of when they know say Hitler sit down for a whole heap of truth pertaining to the real Jews and also to black people. And what was that truth? They said truth in the vault where Putin fly up. They said truth at Hitler sit down upon them history there. And a Putin only fall in a power and end up know about the truth where Hitler did sit down upon. You may have told you Russia have whole heap of truth pertaining to we, Jamaican people and black people overall. Russia is a country we have whole heap of truth pertaining to we. You may have told you and the vault where Putin fly up in a war there, it's full of whole heap of truth pertaining to a black Christ. The same depiction of the white Jesus when they believe in with the halo and the angel them with the halo. And some giant like that, but with black people with black skin. Even the black Christ is a black Rasta man. Yes, a Rasta man, Jamaican people. But here we get nice now, no Jamaican people. We span the world. You can go and find a culture of Rastafarian where you can say the country there are the founder feet and the country are this and the country are that. The Jamaica Out right? Jamaican people think now, When they think now, bro. What go on back in the days before enough our dep on earth? What go on for the first man or the first couple set of man say them a lax them here? Where that forward from? Cause we know so something in our blood, and something a part of our liberty and something a part of our life. So you see when the first set of Rasta man them locks up them here, the system see them as threat. The system see them as an enemy. And why the system see them as a threat and enemy? Because it bring back memories. Memories. What the system know, no founder than know. So that's why them that do the Rasta man them so back in ideas. So that's why them not like Rasta man up to the day when they not like Rasta man. And the Rasta man them ever teach and a preach and I say the weirdest thing, the strangest thing. And when they don't, I refuse them. I mean I say that because I see myself as a Rasta man. Because I don't call myself Rasta. I tell you the truth. I see myself as a revolutionist. Yeah, I don't see myself as a Rasta man. So I not talk for say me a different Rasta. I talk the basic fact and the truth pertaining to enough of we. What we don't know about, what we are asleep on, because we have a certain mindset towards things, We feel like say we believe. We're not supposed to believe nothing. We're not supposed to sense it, feel it, acknowledge it, and know say, yo, the truth this, so me I go refute, me I go receive it, and this sound like crap, so me I go reject it. No, we can't do that. Because if we could do that, you see the book when I read what they call a Bible, when I say things are played out right now according to the Bible. I know when they say things are played out right now according to the Bible. See the Bible, it's full of a little bit of truth and one bag of lie. And if you can read, forget the understanding, you know, say this is a little bit of truth, stop yourself. You gotta read a little bit of truth with the one bag of lie. Because to Uno, a revelation are played out right now. To Uno, at the end days right now. When are they? I don't know if I'm when the revelation are played out before no found evil born. I don't know if I'm when at the end days before no found evil born. But only have the mindset for say the spiritual warfare is on from before no found evil born. According to Uno, right now. No, my brother and my sister, a long time. Everything where you talk about took place right now, you know why you gonna say it took place right now? Because them set it for you think so. Because at the time of their awakening now, at the time when enough of we are gonna wake up towards a fucker with them teach we, and we are gonna talk different, we are gonna say strange things, we not gonna say nothing when majority quick for say. We're not going to say nothing where majority quick for believe or where majority already know already. We're going to say the strangest thing them we never hear yet. But we not going to see them as the truth. We will never see them as the truth because according to we not believe. We not believe in nothing. Stop talking about believe. You may have told you, lock on the eye, shut in the mouth and lock up on the ears and make on the soul do the whole of that phone. You may have told you to tap into the source of the truth within on the DNA. Yes, the truth that within the DNA. Start questioning the universe. Stop believing in this white man crap with them teachery. For we are look down upon ourselves. When you feel like say, the Savior really go forward according to them telling you. The Savior with them introduce it to. We come with all heap of benefit and upliftment towards we. And them hate we so. My God, when you can't think according to what you think. You may have told you, but no saying God and Goddess. When you not believe that, you're not supposed to know it. I never look down upon yourself and I not knowing how to never have doubt. No matter one's users and getting it down. Keeping the mindset positive, keeping the surrounding positive and pre-upliftment always. More life, more light, opportunity and goal for the conquer. I know say when I love so much and our creation favorite. Big up on the self-love in abundant always cause me love you know.
What's up, guys? Welcome back again to the channel. I hope you have watched the full clip and you have seen that Jewish Jamaicans also exist in Jamaica. Um, Actually, Jamaica has been known by reggae music, Rastafarian, and African heritage. Few people know about that Jews also exist in Jamaica. And I would like to take you through this so that you can also understand that in Jamaica we have also Jewish Jamaica. And this happens in 14th to 15th centuries when a Jewish uh, arrived in Jamaica due to persecution. Most of these Jews were persecuted, and that is how most of them were forced to be converted to Christianity. But some preserved their faith, and these are we normally call them they are Sephardic Jews. They kept their faith, and these people, most of them came from Spain and the Portuguese. They were fleeing from there because of how they were being persecuted. And when they came in Jamaica, and Jamaica, it was also being ruled by the Spanish. So it was hard for some of them to keep that faith, but um, they most of them were converted, but inside they kept that secret of their faith. But when it came in 1655, when the British colony arrived in Jamaica, uh, most of these Jews, Jamaicans, were allowed to practice their faith, and they were given the opportunity to do their businesses. Jewish Jamaicans became more important in trade and doing businesses, and they traded they traded um, between the Caribbean, um, the Europeans, and Americans. This uh, uh, actually they did that business, and they developed Kingston and some parts of that uh, both both in that in Jamaica. And we have seen when they indulged in business, they were good, and they did exactly things that were good, and that is how they developed, and till now they are doing businesses. They are very good in businesses. What is important about this and what is unique about this story is about how this Jewish Jamaican blended its culture. Um, they speak Jamaican English and Creole, and this Jewish intermarried, uh, and now they have practiced that culture that is in Jamaica. Actually, they do things exactly as Jamaicans, and that is how they have been loved by the Jamaicans, and that has made them to become fully Jamaican. Instead, they have kept their faith until now. One of the powerful examples is Share Shalom Synagogue. It, uh, It is in Kingston. It is the oldest synagogue in America, and it is covered by a sun. It is sand covered, which symbolizes resilience and survival. And these Jewish Jamaicans has also uh, engaged, or they are also engaged in politics, um, trade, medicine, and the culture in Jamaica. And we can say that some of them returned back. Uh, they have gone to, they traveled, they moved to countries like UK, USA, Israel, and other countries. When you go in Jamaica, uh, you will find that the population of Jewish Jamaicans is small, but they have huge impact. And that is why when you talk about Jewish Jamaica, it is being heard in Jamaica. They have that impact. They have huge contribution to Jamaica, and that is why when you fix in Jamaica, it's not about racism. You can't say that it is only about the Africans, but it consists many people. As when you hit their motto, out of many, one people, and these are one people. One of them are these Jewish Jamaicans. We have Chinese Jamaicans, we have Indian Jamaicans, we have other Jamaicans, Africans, and others. Also, we have these Jewish Jamaicans in Jamaica, and that symbolizes how a Jamaica is, how many people have a been a cooperating to work together in Jamaica. Um, when you look at how these Jamaicans are, it symbolizes unity, and that is why many people across the globe want to associate with the Jamaican. When you go to those who are using online, they want to to cope with the Jamaicans because of the behavior they have. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, just subscribe, like, and just drop your comment. And I also say that to the original, my credit goes also to the original creators of some of these clips. They are helping us to spread the news to many who have not been able to know more about Jamaica. So guys, let us meet the next video.